so today we're actually going to do something a little different. We're actually going to do our love story. Is that what you would call it? Our love story. Basically our story before we got married, how we got together. And one of my best friends, Jenna, is here because she was there through the entire thing. She knew we liked each other before we even told each other that we liked each other.
She didn't even tell us.
Excuse me.
We're going to start, and we're going to decorate cookies, Halloween cookies in the process.
I want a ghost.
I'm going to do a boo.
Yeah, that was my first inclination too. Initially, first met when you moved to Montana, which you were how old?
So I moved to Montana in 7th grade.
Yeah, weren't you 12? I thought
11 turning 12.
Yeah. Okay,
No.
so.
Yeah.
12 turning 13.
Yeah, because you went on track.
We were 12.
That's right, that's right. I was 12.
So what were your guys' first impressions of each other?
I mean, I thought she was cute, but that's about all I really got. I was a...
Well, you were 12 and a boy.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, when I first saw both of you, actually, it was the youth activity. You should, my first impression of you was just running up, giving me a big hug.
Yeah.
And ever since then, we've been best friends.
This is a very similar vibe.
Yeah.
Decorating.
And with Braden, he was the cute guy in the ward, so I mean...
Yeah, he was kind of the only eligible bachelor in our...
Because he was like the only one really our age, truly.
In our ward.
I never had any other guys my age in that ward.
No. You guys ended up having a little thing in middle school, right? Let's talk about that.
So I was in volleyball in middle school, and neither of us had a cell phone at the time, so our version of texting was Facebook Messenger. And so we've been Facebook messaging every night after practice. We said some weird things.
I don't remember most
Did you
of
guys
it.
like talk in person at this point, or is it
No.
mostly over texting?
It was mostly,
You know when you like a guy when you're little, and
Yes.
so your version of flirting is to never
Yes.
just
talk
to
to
not
them.
talk to them. Yeah.
When we were in Sacrament and we found out we liked each other, he would not make eye contact with me. He wouldn't serve our row, and he would avoid me at all costs.
Well, that's how you handle it when you're 12.
Yeah.
And how did that end?
He liked another girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's
she
what I
played
thought.
soccer and I didn't.
Rude.
The thing about Braden, you had a thing with like every girl in
Not every girl, but a lot of girls.
The most flirtatious thing I did in middle school is I wrote him 10 reasons why I liked him.
No, you chucked a sucker at me.
And I chucked a sucker at him.
Wow.
A heart sucker.
That's true love right there.
Yeah. And he still has that letter.
I do, it's hidden.
Hey, that looks pretty dang good.
How's that good?
Sprinkles.
I'm gonna end up using this entire like bottle of green frosting on this one thing. I'm so sorry. That was the middle school version of it. And then let's lead to like junior year, right? That's when things really...
No, senior year.
Oh, no, it was senior year. Oh my goodness.
If you guys don't know who Hank Smith is, he's just a really big church speaker for our church.
Not just a church speaker, he's a motivational speaker.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's a very popular motivational speaker. He travels all around doing...
Granted, it's religious based.
I don't know, yeah. I was gonna say TED Talk type things. So he came to our ward. My mom had gotten in touch with him and invited him to our church to speak in our church basically, and he talked to all the youth. And Bray and I were sitting next to each other because, you know, we've been friends for...
You have black on your nose.
Oh,
Just...
no! Saw us and we're talking about something about couples. And he saw Bray and I was like, are you guys dating? We're like, no. He's like, you guys would be a cute couple. Like,
yeah, he told you to keep me on the back.
yeah, and he's...
Which she
really kind of did.
I did.
Braden is the one who reached out to me first, right?
I don't
Really?
remember this.
Yes. Okay, because... So I remember... I'm trying to go back into, like, my high school brain. So I remember Braden texting me and telling me that he liked someone. And...
Of course, if it's...
And I, like...
I don't remember this.
There was, like, a lot that led up to this, and he was, like, asking my advice. And then he told me it was Haley, which, like, okay, I already knew.
I knew by then that I liked him.
Yes.
Then you, like, came and told me that the next morning at school, like, guess what?
And I'm pretty sure, but okay, why can't I remember any part of this? So basically, within like a week span, I knew that both of them liked each other. But I also wasn't sure, like, because Braden was still kind of, I don't know, you had like a ambiguous thing with someone else.
It's true.
And I'm fairly protective of Haley. So I'm pretty sure I told Haley first that Braden liked her. right? I can't remember for sure.
We're talking to you and how I was like, I didn't want anything to happen because Brayden had dated one of my good friends for like what, almost 3 years.
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Yeah, and so I was like, I don't want anything to go down into a gutter between me and her. And
Like eventually your feelings are just too
so overbearing. No, because so I worked at Bath and Body Works.
Oh, yes, you did.
And I have a whole notebook of these, but he would send me the cheesiest text messages to where it was very obvious that you liked me. Like, I don't know why any guy would text me like that and not have a crush on me.
I don't.
The state basketball game, because I was a dancer, so I danced at halftime, so we had to be there, and we Snapchatted the whole time.
I chose not to go that year.
Yeah.
After state, you guys both kind of like knew you were into each other,
yeah.
right? But the
No.
problem, no.
Oh, well, he didn't know I was into him, even though I thought I made it obvious.
So we were just sitting there talking, and Haley got kind of gutsy and was like making,
Some moves.
like she was
Well, I
making
was trying
me.
to figure
she was
out
really
who
trying to,
he
and I was
liked.
like, you know what? And then I got gutsy, and I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna full send this. I was like, you know what? What if I told you that the girl I liked was you?
And in my head, I was like, I know. Like,
Yeah, but then the response,
Oh no! What did you say, Haley?
I wouldn't mind.
no, but listen.
I wouldn't mind.
My reason.
That's what she replied.
I know, now that I've listened to it, I
wasn't a
know.
bad
that-
response.
I don't, because
Okay.
I didn't want to be the typical, like, oh, I like you too.
You should have been like, well, what if I told you I like
yeah,
you?
but that's part of the cheesiness. So I was like,
cares?
oh, I wouldn't mind with a smiley face emoji.
Was it a
thinking-
blushy smiley face
I don't
or just
remember.
Maybe
the?
just normal.
No, it was blushy. It was. Because that, I thought that
That's
was going to
different.
send the message
No.
that I wouldn't mind that because I like you, but I forget boys are just, you have to be very
It
straightforward.
would've-
So he would not look at me in class. After class, we used to walk together, and you leave before I could get to you. I was like, what the heck?
Wow, I have forgotten so much of this.
Sorry if I made things awkward by.
Oh, that's right.
So both of you were trying to like maintain your dignity,
Yeah,
essentially.
but Haley just didn't realize that what she had said was not upfront enough, so.
I was like, you do realize I like you, right? And you're like, what? No.
Let's talk about after prom because that was the next big like step in your relationship was that
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake trip.
True. So we have something called seminary where it's basically just a church class and we count as included in our school. We go on a trip. She took us on a Salt Lake City trip in April to go to general conference. So we went as an entire class.
Yeah, that was
And that's
fun.
when Brie and I first, we weren't dating, but we had a thing. And so it was kind of an awkward trip, honestly, but.
Officially
Make
started
things official.
dating, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
And it's where we got married.
Yep.
that's true.
For
So I
that
remember, didn't you
reason.
like pull her aside in one
Yeah.
of the buildings? I remember telling you
Okay.
about it afterwards.
No.
No, it's for you to come out of the bathroom.
I went to the bathroom.
But,
When I came out, the couch is right outside the bathroom.
But-
You sitting there.
in my defense, outside of that bathroom, it's still a very nice
It
building.
is.
It's not like the
It
bathrooms
is.
at a mall or something.
So they did long distance for
A semester.
a semester,
And it wasn't good.
which is hard to do.
I will admit, I almost broke it off that semester. That was the one and only time I questioned our relationship.
Long distance is kind of the worst.
We're-
You did come and visit. I remember that. Didn't you guys have matching onesies or something?
She was a
I had
minion
a
and I
minion
was
Care Bear.
a grumpy bear.
That's adorable.
So-
You guys are gonna be my helpers. Like we're gonna do a proposal. And I was in charge of filming it.
Oh, no, you're in charge of the camera to take our picture.
One thing I remember is that Braden was so nervous and he couldn't figure out where to do it. So we like wandered around the garden.
Because
to,
I
like,
hadn't
point-
scoped it out beforehand.
Yeah.
I was like,
so Owen and I are like stressing in the front. Braden's like way more stressed than either of us.
Basically, I took a picture with Haley and I held the ring out to the side, and then I was like, okay, Haley, go check it, because that's what women do. They are super
Yes.
like, gotta check every picture I'm in. Make sure she went in, and Jenna was like, oh hey, what's that? And kind of zoomed in on it.
It took us a while.
And it took
No.
Haley a while to figure out what it was.
here's where the truth comes out. I knew what it was. I was just so nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna react weird when I turn around.
Wait, are you serious?
Well, when I first saw it, I was like, is that a leaf that he's holding? And right then I knew it was a box. And why else would he be holding a box? And I turned around with him kneeling.
On one knee.
Watching all the romance movies, was standing there instead of like going up being, oh my gosh, I stood there because I thought he was gonna like start saying stuff. I was like, oh.
Right away, we went and we got our temple booked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we were like, all right, we want to get married Salt Lake City Temple.
Because that's where we started dating.
Because that's where my grandma got married. That's where my mom got married. You were just nervous for the wedding.
That was a stressful week for me.
Well,
that was not good.
Yeah, wedding planning is stressful, and
the execution of the wedding is even more stressful.
Well, eventually I turned up the music when everyone's like the disco ball came down and they turned off the lights. Then I went and turned up the music, but until then. And my daddy-daughter dance was so awkward.
Oh, it was so fun.
It was executed perfectly.
It was awesome.
My dad and I practiced like 5 times the day before. Actually, earlier that day, we just practiced and he had it down. And then as soon as we went in front of people, he totally stayed.
I thought it was incredible.
Wasn't expecting
What was your guys' first dance like? I'm gonna guess it was like a cover.
Stand By Me by Skylar Grey.
Right.
We love you. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep up with our latest content. I hope
Every
you
Wednesday?
liked. Yep, every Wednesday. I hope you liked this video. Comment below on videos you want to see from us because we are open to any and all
that are
suggestions.
reasonable suggestions.
Yes.
Reasonable suggestions that are realistic.
But anyway, we'll catch you guys next week.